Okie dokie, alrighty, room. This is David Joseph Raphael with Sacred Clown Tarot. Today I'm doing a reading for, I should have drank my beverages before starting. Silly. Today I'm doing a reading for Capricorn. You're next in line, my friend. So I've already I've already pulled 5 cards for you. We'll get the underlying energy of the card at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, 2 of Swords. Looking at the Lord of Peace Restored, which is a more positive name affiliation for the 2 of Swords than you would traditionally think. Lord of Peace Restored, okay. I'm gonna tap into that energy a little bit. All right, the underlying energy I feel for you, Capricorn, as of this moment, is finding balance. Finding balance in where you sit with yourself. Trying not to get cut, but also trying not to cut anybody else in the process of maintaining your balance. 144, as I read that. Got the flower at the center, so there's hope. But it's like if you move too much in one direction over another, like you might get nicked, so to speak. So you're trying to find balance. Now that also just might be like mental anguish, anxiety, or turmoil. And if you feel like if you stray too far in one direction over another, there might be repercussions, and that's why you're trying to maintain balance. That's just the vibe that is emanating from the card at the moment. Might not be your traditional interpretation of the tarot for the 2 of Swords, but that's my personal interpretation as it sits right now. All right, we're gonna unlock all the other cards. So starting off, first in line, we have the Princess of Cups, Princess of the Palace of the Floods, which is essentially equivalent to like a page, right? Next in line, you have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of the Throne of Flames, second card. In the middle center, we have the Magician, the Magnus of Power. Fourth card, we have Justice, Daughter of the Lord of Truth. And the last card we have is the 4 of Wands, the Lord of Perfected Work for you there, Capricorn. TBH, I'm feeling good vibes. As we start off, I'm feeling good vibes across the board. We're gonna dive in and I'll get a little bit more into the details here, but I like the energy of what I'm seeing for you, my friends. But we'll start off, we'll get the party started. Oh my goodness. All right, so Princess of Cups. Princess of the Palace of the Floods. So all emotional things. So this is like a Page of Cups energy, so to speak, but you know, it's its own deck. It's the Hermetic Tarot to give you a reference point. So it's slightly different meaning, different interpretation. And there's a reason why they chose Princess over Page for this series, all right? I'm gonna tap into this energy for us. Princess of Cups. There's hope in the air. There's excitement. There's fresh new emotions rising to the surface for you, Capricorn. It's kind of like the beginning of being able to like trust again. And this is just as it pertains to you. I know the world is its own thing, but in your own sphere, in your own personal universe, that's the feeling. There's hope being restored. It's not like full-blown confidence like this is definitely going to happen, but like there's brevity, there's a lightness to emotions being restored, renewed, fulfilled. Like there's a chance at emotional well-being that you're feeling inside of you. And you're beginning to honor that feeling of that joy, that presence, that peace that you get to have within inside yourself. So props to you. I feel like if there's not a bevy of opportunities, there's at least one or two opportunities, whether that's work-related relationships or just purely your own emotional well-being, your internal reality. Things are looking up on the bright side for you. So I'm happy for you. We're going to move on to, that's just the start of it. Move on to the Queen of Wands. And that again is the Queen of the Throne of Flames. All right. Okay. So it's a progression, like most of mine are. The Princess of Cups is building up to an energy of Queen of Wands for you. And this is like assuredness. I like it when it's like Queen of Wands or King of Cups, because it's the other sex or gender identity typically being associated with the other elements that are associated with the opposite. So fire, air are typically more masculine, and then water and earth you're more feminine. So when I see a Queen of Wands, I like that because that's a feminine approach to showing power in a more masculine way. So it kind of balances out the scale, so to speak. Get to see it manifest from a feminine perspective in that energy, as opposed to purely dominated by a masculine energy, like a King of Wands might be. So you're finding balance within yourself, and that's what this card is alluding to for me. This emotional satisfaction, the seedling of emotional satisfaction, is bringing about this confidence to kind of stand in your own presence, to kind of be able to embody a greater sense of confidence. I mean, I think that's where, again, I bring in balance. I think that's what this Two of Swords is hearkening back to. It's like you're finding balance, but it's new for you. This is new territory of finding this emotional balance. So you're still kind of getting your sea legs, so to speak. But the Queen of Wands speaks to like the next progression of what's in store for you, kind of embodying that confidence, walking with conviction, and pursuing your passions and not being ashamed of them, not being afraid to talk about them, to hold them, to pursue them, to embark on new journeys with this greater sense of confidence and conviction. That's what's emerging for you in a balanced way. All right? Middle, center of the reading, the Magician. And again, that's the Magnus of Power. All right, that is the prime archetype of alchemy, manifestation, getting things going, and having all the elements in play for you. All right, so just a little refresh. Dive in though for the interpretation of this reading. I heard this is the stepping into the singularity of your own identity, if that makes any sense for you. Once you go through this progression, right, Princess of Cups gears you up to Queen of Wands. It's almost like Pokemon evolutions or Digimon Digievolutions. I don't know if that's what they call it, but progression of events. And then you get to the Magician, which is the most centered point, all the tools in your basket, kind of a mentality that you can have. Magician is typically perceived as the masculine, and like something like the High Priestess is the female counterpart of that, so to speak, but it doesn't matter. All masculine femininity aside, it's the culmination of masculine feminine into an action of basically consciousness or your individual's power over the universe, or at least your complete alignment with the universe, and then the universe then catering to the agency that you are displaying in your consciousness. I know that's a lot of not necessarily grounded framing or words or wordology, so to speak, but this is alchemy. This is turning something or many things into something else, turning lead into gold, a pure refinement process by which the magician undertakes. He's mastered himself, therefore he's mastered the universe around him. Nothing has power over him anymore. He's surrendered to the power of the universe, therefore the power of the universe is incarnate, is alive and well within him. That's the center of this message for you, because this is what you're getting to. This is what you're stepping into, my friend, okay? All right? Keep that in your noggin, you smart cookie, okay? Justice is the next card. That's the fourth card, all right? Tap into this daughter of the Lord of Truth for a reference point for you, okay? So this speaks of balance to me again, obviously, because it's got a scale on it, if you hadn't noticed. Yin and yang. But it's a more refined and more assured sense of balance than what you have underlying your message, which is the Two of Swords. This is still kind of like a fear-based, like maintaining balance. The Justice card is reassured divine balance, and that the world that you will see around you is finding balance, because you have found balance within. By getting to the Magician, you will see it represented in the world around you, because you have balance within. The world that manifests around you will have balance within. Does that make sense? So whereas this felt almost like your internal coming to grips, coming to balance, and not wanting to teeter too much to one side so that you don't hurt yourself or someone else, this is now your outside reality, the inside going outside, but the outside being indicative of the inside, the work that you've done, and seeing it made balanced outside of you. This is because of the work that you've done and the work that you will continue to do. Your personal scope of the world will be more balanced, refined, and you'll find justice because of the karmic deeds that you've done leading up to this point. But you will also demonstrate that to the world that you now walk into. You will be a source of karmic justice to those that you speak with. They will identify with the balance that you found within inside yourself, and they will come to find balance because of what you are now bringing to the table, my friend. You have found symbolic resonance of the outside and the inward, the unconscious and the conscious coming together. You're embodying that, and because you found that for yourself, the world will deliver that to you. All right, Four of Wands, last card, and that is the Lord of Perfected Work. And this is how we wrap it up, because you've perfected your work, right? We're going to tap into this. I heard harmony, prosperity, and union. Harmony, prosperity, and union. One of the more positive cards in the entire deck. Four of Wands. You see two hands coming together for that, to the center point. There's flames in the middle. Got the ram's heads on either side, and also those ostrich or pelican, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But this speaks again to the idea of balance. The Lord of Perfected Work, because by the time you see it, the time you've recognized it, you've already perfected everything you've done. Leading up until this point, you have perfected your work. And that is the ultimate manifestation of this. So whether you want to call this tangible, intangible, this is really just an idea for you to reflect upon in the distance. But the distance now is not something you have to try to reach out and grab, because it's there for you. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. You have perfected your work, and now it is reflected back onto you. That is the universe's recognition. Hey, you have perfected yourself to the best of your ability, and finding balance within, and the world is now reflected back to you in a harmonious and perfected state out of respect to your own inner work. It doesn't mean the universe is perfect, doesn't mean the whole world is perfect, but you, as it relates to your relationship, is the world is perfect because of the work that you've done on yourself. The world will now see you in perfect harmony because you have made yourself in perfect harmony with those around you. What a lovely message. Oh my goodness, 2026. Finding balance. We're kind of at the other end of complete bullshit. So if you've been spiritually inclined and you've been working on yourself, this is just a testament to your own capabilities and abilities. The work that you've been doing up until this point. 2026, if you don't know your place in the world will put you in your place. Because you've had 5+ years plus, however fucking long you've been alive to find your spot. And it seems like you have there, Capricorn. And I'm endlessly proud of you. You're fucking awesome. Pulling other cards, just seeing anything else. You had Knight of Wands right underneath your Two of Swords, so that might just be an indication of the passion by which the world will see you, but I'm not going to force that message on you. You're excellent. You've done awesome. These are very positive cards from what I could see just pulling them. Keep it up. It's your season right now as I'm filming it, so kudos to you. Fuck it up in the best way. Much love. Until next time. Bye, Capricorn.